Hello and welcome back to Always the Boy. On this video I have got a little engine. It's a Japanese engine, 98cc, which I bought at a boot sale for £2. It doesn't run, so the bloke says. I think it's got diesel or something else in it, and it ain't really smelling too good. It's just a stationary engine, which is it's probably used on a whacker, possibly a generator machine or something like that, even a cement mixer. It wouldn't surprise me. So let's go and see if we can get it fixed. Well, this is the one. It's really hot in this room. It's a Robin. I don't know if you can see that. I'll see if I can get that a little bit closer. It is a Robin engine. It's a model EC10D, and it's a 98cc, 4-stroke, and 5,000 revs per minute. I'll turn the engine round as I'm going along. It's got a metal air filter box. I'll take that out. So it's not on choke. It is now, so there is a choke there somewhere, so I need to figure out where that is. This has seen better days, so that is no good. I think you'll find that it's probably meant to have a mesh air filter inside that. It's got a fuel tap there. Trying to think where it might have an automatic choke, I don't know. Oh, I see, I found a choke. Look, there is a choke lever, and it's just here. There's the choke. So that's open and that's shut. Oh, that's easy enough then. We'll still go around. It's very small. The oil cap is broken. I did have to put a new cap onto there, or an older cap really, because it didn't have one on there whatsoever, so I've done that. Nice solid exhaust pipe, and the recoil, the rope on it is not really the best, so it is going to need taken off, new cord put on. So let's see what we can do to get it started now. So what we'll do is I'll get my spark plug tester and put that onto there. I'm sure you can all see that, and we'll see if we can get a spark out of that. Don't really want to move. Right, so you can see there's no spark on that whatsoever. So it's going to be probably something to do with the coil or the electric switch, which that's the on-off switch. It might have something to do with that as well. So we'll take all this cover off and we'll see what the problem is. Okay, so we'll take this recoil cover off first. See if we can we'll sort that out. There's 3 bolts here. So we'll see. I think that might just need greasing, I think. So what I might do is just spray some WD-40 inside it and see what we can do. Well, I'll give it a good air brushing out. So what I'm going to do is spray some into there. Hopefully that Get some more in there. Put plenty in. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay, so that's that. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to take this off first. Oh, if it'll go off. Oh, that was stiff. I think I might have to do something with those screws, or get some different screws for that, because the heads on those don't look too good. I will see if I've got some Allen's bolts to put in there instead. Oh, they're coming off. Oh, we'll see. So it might have something to do with this switch. That could be the problem. What's not giving it any spark. I'm going to give this a clean up, come back. Right, okay, so I'll unscrew this just so I can check the connections on it. It's got a little brass grub screw. Oh, that. Alright, so that wire, so that's just held. All that is there for is just for holding the wiring. How that actually works, I don't know. So I'm going to give it a little clean with some WD-40. Let that soak in just for a bit. I will keep this off just for a minute because I'm going to put a multimeter between here and there, just in case, to check that as well. So we'll leave that in here just to soak a bit. Okay, we'll take this cover. As far as I can see, there's 1, 2, I think there's 4 bolts altogether. So we'll start taking all 10mm. One underneath. There's one there. And there's one just under there. And that should slide off. Well, it doesn't want to. I don't think there's one there. Let's make sure there's not one underneath. No. I might just have to give it a little tap. I'm going to give this a tap and get it off and come back. Well, it looks like I'm having a bit of trouble getting this off. I mean, this moves, but it's not splitting from there unless these two pieces are spot welded together. So I might have to take the whole fuel tank off just to get to this bit off. What a palaver. Okay, so let's have a go, see if we can get this off easy enough. Yeah. Well, that's coming off of there. I'm sure you shouldn't have to take these bolts off to take them off, because there's another one on the inside which is right hand by the back of the carburettor. Now let's see if that. Right, so that moved there. So there is one. which is there, which holds the whole of the tank on, really. I think it's a bigger bolt. Yes, it is. Let's go and get another spanner. Okay. That seems ridiculous, that does. I bet it's just stuck, so I need to take these off anyway. I think that's going to take a bit of time. Alright, so that was a bit of a palaver, so hopefully now this should theoretically come off. There we go. God, and look at the rubbish inside it. Is that all that? Yeah. So that is actually connected to that. So that seems a silly thing. See, to take that off, you've got to I mean, look at the state of the engine. Wow. I just want to see if I can get it started. I'm just thinking there as well, is there enough compression in this engine to even go any further, because I can turn that by hand. So I'm going to stick a compression kit on it for the first time, and we'll see what's on it. Right, so this will be the first time using this kit. This was what I was recommended by Mixed Mowers. And I'm hoping that's going to be the right size thread to go inside there. Yep, that's it, it's going down. The only thing is I can't get a good grip inside there. Let's see if I can get my nose pliers in there just to give it a little tighten. That's it. Okay, so then you have to snap that onto there. So if I'm pulling it this way, well, that's hardly moving. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to have to do is try and get that recoil on here. Let's move all these other bits. So that has to fit onto there, like that. So alright, okay, I think that should do it. So let's see what we got. We have got 45. No, it's 40, 25, nearly 50 psi. Right, okay, see if we can get this flywheel off, because I think this probably has points inside. So we can get to the magneto. That's good. That came off quite easy, didn't it? Oh, that's going to be a pain there, isn't it? Right, so we'll put that back on. I don't have a pulley to take that off, so we're going to try the old trick with a mallet. see if we can get this off. And just show you what I'm doing here. Just going to give that a whack. I think that might be done. A bit more, I think. Turn it around this side a bit now. Yeah, it's coming off. I think that's as far as it's going to go, I think. Yeah, it will come off. There we are. So let's see if we can get a close up with it. Right, as you can see, if I get this, it's probably the reason why there's no spark, because I think that what is going round, so it could be, since it's got points and condenser inside there. So if I put that nut on, I might be able to turn it over by hand. Hope that ain't busted that thread. Just want to see if that points go. Right, there's hardly any gap in those points whatsoever, so better not lose this wood rough key. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the coil test on it. Hopefully you should be able to see that. So what I'll do is I've got the multimeter on 20k. I'm going to put one side onto here and then one side onto here where the earth is, and as you can see that's gone up to 8.74. It's gone to 15 there now. Yeah, 8.73. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that coil. The points, there is a gap, but it's not very much. It might have been corroded. It could be the condenser, which is there. So I don't know if I should, it's called AM, if you can see that, AM30 or 374 it looks like I sent it, yeah. So I'm going to have to look those up and see if I can get a new set of these. Plus I will just try and see if I can see what the gap is supposed to be for these, and then I might even just try and give it a clean up. Well, what else I've done as well is I've gave the inside of this flywheel a really good clean, because it was all rusted out, and maybe that's also what's preventing the spark coming out. I've cleaned up all the points, so I'm going to put it all back together now and give it another go. I have tried to find a new points and condenser for it online. At this moment I'm unable to find it, so I'll have to keep looking. Right, what I did, I took this into my workshop and close the door and the light, turn the light off and turn this again, and I am getting a spark from there. It's not all that bright, but there is a spark now getting to it better than what it was before. So I'm going to put all this back together now and then see if I could well, as it happens I should be able to see if I might even just put some fuel down here and just to see if we fire. Alright, okay, I've put it all back together. I've put some fuel there down the spark plug, so let's just see if it wants to fire a bit. It still doesn't want to go, but I know there is a spark getting to it. It could be the spark plug. Okay, we'll take the spark plug off and change that as well. Alright, okay, I have a suspicious feeling that this machine doesn't have enough compressor in it to fire this. Next thing I'm going to do is take off this fuel tank, because the fuel in it is absolutely rotten, and I'm going to give the carburettor a clean out, and we'll see how we go from there. Right, we'll start off by moving this back, and the fuel tap is off at the moment, so we'll see if we can prise this off. Well, that weren't on very tight, was it? Eva, did you notice that? Yeah, that ain't tight in there either. So oops, let's move this camera back a bit, so I'm just a bit too close. That's what happens when you're trying to get a little bit close in there for you. Okay. So now this fuel tank should come off. There it is. So I'm going to empty this out and give it a flush out, and then we'll have a look at the carburettor. Right, well, I just tried turning the fuel tap on, and there's nothing coming out of there, even when it's down or up. No, so that goes that this whole mechanism here is blocked as well. I've gave the carburettor there a nice little clean, so that's a lot better than what it was on the outside. So I'm going to take this cover off, and then we'll see if we can get this carburettor off and give that a clean. Right, I took the bowl off at the bottom of the carburettor. Let's just stop this camera shaking a little bit. And that's a funny float system. That just sits in there, and just make sure there's, I'll just give it a shake round by me just to see if there's any stuff inside the float, but there ain't. I don't know if that is blocked at all, so I'll give those a clean. I'm going to give the carburettor a clean, put it back, and we'll see how we go on this one. Well, I had to put this into a vise because that was absolutely solid, and it doesn't look like there's any. Oh, there is some light getting through to there, but it is quite caked at the bottom of that. So now I've hopefully my ultrasonic cleaner should be here soon. If not, I will just have to give that a good soaking in carb cleaner and see how we go with that. Right, okay, when I first did this up to the light, there was a little hole, but as you can see now, that is a lot better. Well, you didn't see it actually, but that is nearly twice as big as what it was. So hopefully, but I still can't see why it's not firing by putting fuel straight into the spark plug though. maybe it hasn't got enough compression, but we'll still carry on with it. We'll bear with it and see how we go. Right, okay, this is a 10mm, so it'll be a bit of a pain one, because I thought that was going to be harder than what I expected. Thankfully it's not going to be. I will take this off, but then I'll put the nuts straight back. Let's not lose it, or the washer. Just drop that one, and no, this one's, I have to use the open-ended on that one. Weren't too bad. I think that's because I gave it some spray of carb cleaner around the top of the carb to give it a good clean. Right, I won't put those back on there. I've got my little tray there, so I know where they are. So that comes out of there. Well, that came out very easy. So I will take that out in case I lose that as well. Let's have a look at the inside. Well, the inside don't look too bad. I will take the float needle out and just have a check of the seat. The inside of that looks really, really good. There is another needle inside there, jet needle, so I will take that out and clean that. There's another little pipe there, another one inside there, and I'll also take that out as well and give that a clean. And also this one there, I'll count the turns just to make sure that, because there's a little hole there, so I'll make sure that ain't blocked either. Okay, start taking. Well, that came out very nicely and easy. It's not quite out yet. Ooh. It's got a bit stuck there. Well, I need a slightly wider screwdriver. Right, well, this seems to be very, very, very tight. So I'll put some WD-40 in it. And just trying to prise it in and out a little bit. If I can't get it out, then I will just have to clean it as it is. Handy little screwdriver this has. It happens. I've got this in a boot sale. It's a ratchet screwdriver. Oh, see, I don't want to break. See how easy it is to break the. Even this one doesn't seem to be wide enough. Well, I managed to get it out. It has damaged that a bit. Hopefully I won't have to take it out again. So I'm going to just give those a good clean in a minute as well. We'll take this little one out here. That was easy enough. Yeah, so that's got a bit of corrosion on it. There's a small little jet hole inside there. It don't look too bad inside that. So what I'll do with this one, I'll screw it inwards. So we're there. So that's half. 1, 1.5, 1 3/4. Okay, so we'll take that out. So remember that, people. Take that out. Don't look too bad. I'm just saying it does look a little bit bent at the tip there. The inside don't look too bad. I don't think the only one I've got to take out there is this little one. So I just need to find myself a small Phillips. Okay. It wasn't that loose, I just unscrewed that one. The inside of this seat probably doesn't need cleaning, but it don't look too bad. I didn't need to take the screw completely out, so I'll leave that one in there, so I know for the next time as well. Right, okay, I'll give those a little spray with carburettor cleaner all the way through, give it a clean, and we'll come back. Okay, we'll start putting this thing back together. Hopefully this will be a lot better going in than what it did going out. It's still tight going in. So I do have to use the other ones, I've got no choice, because I did grind that screwdriver down a bit. Trying to get it going as far as I can. Before it won't allow me to do it anymore. Well, that's as far as I can go on that one. So then we'll try this other one. It's going in nicely. Just want to get it down to the bottom and make sure I get a good grip at the bottom. Right, that's as far as that's going. Right, this one in here, my ultrasonic cleaner came, and so what I've done, I ain't putting a whole carburettor in it because I've already cleaned it in, so it doesn't have to be spot clean because it's only to get this engine going. But I've put the float bowl in the ultrasonic cleaner, so it's been on for a little bit, so hopefully that should be alright. Now, got to put this one back on. Where's it going now? Where's the other hole for that one? It's got to be around here somewhere. There it is. So I'll push that all the way through. Had a bit of dirt in it then. Screw it all the way down to the bottom. I think that's down the bottom, and it was 1 3/4 turns out. So we'll tighten that up. So as far as it goes, right. So there's half. So there's where it is. So we'll go half, 1, 1 1/2, 3/4, and that's it. Now we'll try and get this float back in as well. We'll push this little needle in. Let's just make sure the spring bit works on that. Should be a spring on there. Ah, right. I've just noticed now that that needle is a little bit stuck, so I'm going to spray some WD-40 on it and see if it'll loosen it. Right, if I can get that as close as I can to that. Now you can see there, if I push that, it's now springing, and it wasn't. So that could have been stuck as well, and carburettor in the engine flooding with fuel. Right, so we'll put that, I keep hitting the old camera there, we'll put that back into there like that, and then we get the float. Oops, I just dropped something. Yep, just that's the pin for the float, so I just need to give that a wipe. These things happen, there's nothing you can do about it. Feels a bit worn. Yeah, you can see there, it's worn. So if I try and put it up that way, like that, and I put it in, see, let's take these gloves off because it's a bit fiddly. This might make it a lot easier. So if I put that in, and what I'll do is I'll put it up so it's an unmarked bit like that. That's a lot better. You can hear that bleeping in the background, and what that is the ultrasonic cleaner has just finished. Oops, I've got that upside down. Or is it upside down? Remember, I've never done this one before, so it's a bit fiddly. Let's have a look, just double check. Yeah, I think that's it. Now I need to get the other screw in as well. There's 2 screws for that. Get me Phillips screwdriver, which is there. And it's only the Phillips screwdriver which is actually holding, I mean the screws, which is holding it in. Has that gone in? Right, so we get one in. It is a fiddly thing. There's that one gone. The other screw's gone right inside. No, let's come out. Right, I'm going to do this and come back now. I'm going to show you. You've got to show it. So, right, that's gone in there. Ah, it's come out again. Get the screw. See, this is like normally I would cut this out, but that's it. So then it goes like that. Right, well there you go. That's a little bit, it looks dirty in there, so hopefully let's get rid of that. It doesn't matter, it's a bit of rubbish. Well, it's been in there for 15 minutes and that has brought that up a lot better than what it was. I'm happy with that. Let's move this out of the way. Get a bit of tissue, give it a wipe. Still hasn't got all of it. It probably needs a really deeper clean, but that is, I'm happy with that because that's 100% better than what it was. Okay, so what we do is I'll show you how that works. So when that floats up, that goes like that. So we put that in, stick that back on there, And then we'll put this 14mm bolt. It's probably a not a metric size, but a 14mm does fit it. That's it. That'll do. Right, so we'll put this back into there. So we'll get this one on first. I'm actually surprised that there's no spring washers, or is there? Was there washers with these? I can't remember now. I think there was, as it happens. There was two, and I think I dropped one. Well, one of them had a spring washer. Was the other one in the tin? Yes, they are. So I'll take that off again. It's going in nicely by hand, so which is good, which I'm happy about. And we'll get that one on. Of course, it's going to be a bit fiddly. Apologies for knocking the carburettor. So, hopefully I can get my fingers down here. There ain't a lot of room. I tell you, you need little hands. If Mick's Mowers was trying to do this, he would suffer. Just steady that camera. So what I want now is the 10mm. Do it up. And we'll do that one a bit. Apologies, I'm shaking the camera because I'm trying to give you a good shot of it. Right, and tighten this one up. Right, okay, that'll do. Alright, I think what we'll do is we'll have a go and see if we can get this going there, because that's, I'll try and get some fuel into there, and we'll see if this gives it a little fire. I'll shut the choke and let's have a go, shall we? I don't know how I'm going to hold it. Let's just move this a minute. There's some petrol on there and a glass or oil. What I want to do is just to see if I can get a it just don't want to fire, does it? I know there is a spark coming from the car, spark plug, because I've seen it. I see it jumping. I don't think it's the right size plug, but I have ordered one. Right. Okay, we'll wait till I get the right spark plug in, and what I'll do is I'll bolt this down, this engine, to this so I can get it working, or I'll stick it on a stand outside. Right, okay, what I did today, I got the new spark plug in, and I still wasn't, I sort of checked it really on top, and I was not really getting much of a spark, so I took the flywheel off again. I've downloaded a manual for this machine, and I've completely reset the points, because it wasn't really being set on the high point of the shaft, the crankshaft. So I've adjusted that. So I'm going to spray some fuel into here, and then let's see what we get. Right, okay, so I've done the fuel. Let's give it a bit of choke. Now I don't know if I forgot to hold this machine, because I put it on a bench here this time, so hopefully it's full. I haven't really got a lot of room here. Let's try without the choke. And, still don't want to go, does it? Yes! Well, that took a little bit of pulling. I think what I'm going to have to do now, really, is set it up on a bench, really. I'm going to put the fuel tank back on, some proper fuel into it. Well, at least it's running. Great news. Okay, I've put everything back together on there. I don't have the proper air filter for it, but so I've just made one out of foam sponge just for now, just to stop any rubbish coming into it. That should do the job just for now. So I'll fix that on there, get that in. Oops, sorry about that. Right, so we'll take that outside now, because I don't want the exhaust blowing in there. And we'll see how we go. Well, what I'll do first, I'll give it a couple of pumps just to sort of prime it a bit, just get some fuel in there. Okay, let's see how we go. Sounds like it's running a bit fast. It does sound a bit noisy, but it started. That's the main thing. So we'll have a look on the carburettor just to see if I can just turn that throttle down just a little bit. Okay, let's go and have a go at that. started, it run. I've adjusted the revs on it. It is a little bit quieter and slower now than what it was. I would say that this has been used on a whacker because of the high revs that it was on, rather than a cement mixer. I did have problems with it. Bought a new spark plug, took out the flywheel, cleaned all the flywheel up inside, adjusted the points. The points wasn't set correctly on the high point of the crankshaft inside, so I adjusted that, and well, as you saw, it started very easily after that. So I'm very pleased with this one. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with it. I'm not even sure what to do after now. I mean, what should I do? Should I leave it now? It's done, it's a project that I did, or shall I leave it for a winter project and completely restore it, repaint the whole thing, and see how it nicely comes out? So I'll wait for the comments on that one anyway. Thanks very much. Anyway, so if you like this one, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that little grey bell there, and you can be told when I've got a new video coming out. So from me and the Robin engine, until next time, cheerio.